Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into the insightful pages of Flow, a groundbreaking examination of menstruation within its historical and cultural contexts. Through a thorough exploration, authors Susan Kim and Elissa Stein dismantle persistent myths and challenge pervasive misperceptions surrounding this natural cyclical process. Susan Kim, renowned for her stage adaptation of Amy Tan's The Joy Luck Club, brings her storytelling prowess to Flow, complemented by her impressive credentials, which include 5 Emmy Award nominations. Her work spans across a variety of platforms, including screenwriting for children's programs and documentaries. Elissa Stein's authorship is characterized by an eclectic range of topics, from the idiosyncrasies of New York City's youth to substantial reflections in pop culture. Flow is a must-read for anyone interested in the historical significance and evolution of attitudes toward menstruation. It particularly speaks to women who may feel uncomfortable discussing period and sexual health with those around them, as well as those navigating the stages of puberty or menopause. Join us as we summarize the salient points of this empowering book, offering enlightenment and a sense of solidarity to its readers. Flow, the cultural story of menstruation. Introduction. Unlock the secret to a satisfying life by mastering the art of flow. Imagine living a life brimming with joy and boundless creativity, effortlessly weaving through challenges with a deep sense of satisfaction. But wait, why does this seem like an unattainable fantasy for so many? Enter Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi and his groundbreaking book, Flow, your roadmap to a fulfilling existence. The crux of Flow delves into the heart of happiness, challenging our modern preoccupation with external validations like status and wealth. Csikszentmihalyi urges us to pivot towards the rewards that bloom from within, those that herald our complete absorption in activities we purely love. Birthing the state of flow. It's a realm where time fades, self-consciousness dissolves, and we bask in the fullness of the present moment. With a robust backing of research and nods to timeless philosophical insights, Flow stitches together a tapestry of stories that bring this concept to vivid life. Learn from the finest minds in science who ignited revolutionary breakthroughs, not in grand institutions, but from the cozy corners of their homes. Observe the paradox where a surgeon surrounded by success succumbs to ennui, whereas a humble factory worker brims with enthusiasm about the world. The narrative unravels further, showing us how extraordinary circumstances, like the harrowing confines of a prison cell, became the catalyst for figures like Malcolm X to unearth their truest ambitions and unshakable determination. In the quieter moments, too, find serenity in the simple act of being present, of truly hearing the symphony in a melody, an art often lost in our frenetic pace. If your work has become a monotonous march or your home life a sequence of tepid TV dinners, let Flow rekindle your spirit. It promises to shake you from your lethargy, casting a spotlight on the ticking clock of life and empowering you to seize every second in pursuit of passion and purpose. Part 1. Confronting a stark universe with the shields of faith and fortunes. Peering at our existence through a zoomed-out lens often paints a stark picture, a life that, on the cosmic scale, could appear trivial, a wandering journey through a vast and indifferent universe. This realization can be unsettling, as on closer inspection we discern an undercurrent of dissatisfaction threading through our lives. To stave off this unease, many turn to the soothing balms of religious faith or the pursuit of material success. It's compelling to cling to an ideology or chase the shimmer of wealth and notoriety, yet it's a path that can inadvertently lead to the abandonment of our own critical thinking. Take religion, with its deep-rooted doctrines in Christianity, Islam, and other faiths that have historically bestowed order and perceived meaning upon human life. Despite the modern revelations that challenge these ancient tenets, There is comfort in beholding life through a lens of intrinsic significance. Likewise, might we consider the erstwhile grand empires, the Romans in their zenith, the Chinese prior to the Mongol conquests, civilizations that fostered the belief among their people of a commandeered destiny. Comforting as it may have been, this conviction crumbled along with the empires themselves, mirroring the frailty of such assurances. If religious or political cloaks do not suffice to veil life's existential emptiness, then the quest for external tokens of success, be it power, wealth, or celebrity, becomes the next frontier. However, evidence suggests that these spoils of life's game seldom anchor lasting joy. Consider the marvels of our modern comforts, luxuries unfathomable to denizens of bygone eras. Riches are plenty, yet personal fulfillment remains elusive. Studies have illustrated a tenuous link between satisfaction and wealth, a point underscored by the affluent clientele who frequent psychiatric couches. In a bid to infuse meaning into our lives, we may attempt to reshape our environment, brandishing symbols of wealth or vying for influential positions, all in a futile chase. These endeavors, despite their allure, ultimately falter at delivering sustained happiness. It's this paradoxical pursuit of satisfaction, within a seemingly indifferent cosmos, that calls for a deeper examination of what truly constitutes a meaningful life. Part 2. The tug of war between the lure of momentary pleasure and the richness of true enjoyment. Imagine your attention as a rare and finite commodity, a resource with strict limitations on its capacity over the span of your life. Yet, when faced with the choice of how to allocate this precious stock, many opt for the path of least resistance, a path adorned with the low-hanging fruits of immediate pleasure that offers a temporary balm against the daily toils. It's a tug between the primal drive for simple pleasures and the more elusive, complex cousin, enjoyment. Pleasure comes with the same instinctual pull that drives our hunger and fatigue. We evolved to crave food when energy levels wane, and to seek rest when the body demands recovery, a primal circuitry fine-tuned for survival. Enjoyment, on the other hand, is the art of pushing beyond what our genetics prescribe, a dance of stretching our capabilities and honing our focus to push against boundaries. This is where we find ourselves mastering skills, surmounting challenges, and taking charge of where our attention flows. Consider the act of crafting an elaborate dish from scratch, a venture into the unfamiliar. It requires patience, an eagerness to fiddle and fine-tune, ultimately leading to a nuanced appreciation of every flavor, of every morsel savored. Yet, despite the richness this stretch towards enjoyment offers, it is pleasure that we often pursue. We seek out the undemanding entertainment of television shows, the passivity of being a spectator rather than a participant in the narratives unfolding before us. Our evenings become mere extensions of our screens, consuming without creating, easily swayed and distracted. The escapism intensifies with weekends drenched in alcohol or other substances, promising a shortcut to relaxation or heightened senses, but at what cost? Such indulgence blurs our concentration and weakens our command over our faculties. Our brains may naturally veer towards instant gratification, but it is in that precise inclination that we must resist. Instead, we should strive for the growth and complexity that a focused pursuit of enjoyment can bring, refusing the allure of transient comfort for the profound fulfillment of true engagement. Part 3. Finding your personal path to peak engagement in life's diverse pursuits. Across the vast tapestry of human experience, there is a universal language of engagement that transcends borders and cultures, the shared vocabulary of being in the zone. This transcendent state, more about enjoyment than mere pleasure, arises from activities that offer a just right blend of challenge and skill, along with clear objectives and prompt feedback. Consider the world of surgery, where each incision is a delicate balance between knowledge and precision. Surgeons are instantly aware of their performance through visual clues, the precision of a cut or the successful removal of an ailment. each step providing tangible indicators of progress, and with it, a profound sense of fulfillment. But the nuances of enjoyment are not a one-size-fits-all affair. Take internal medicine practitioners. Unlike their counterparts in the operating rooms, they work with delayed feedback and must find other sources for their satisfaction. Their victories lie in diagnosis, in the careful application of treatment, and in the more measured pace of patient recovery. The essence of being wholly absorbed in an endeavor is the melding of action and consciousness, a state that grants you a sense of mastery over your environment. Rock climbers serve as an emblem of this principle. Their high-stakes climb isn't about courting danger, but rather exercising their honed skills to transform fear into focus, evaluating each potential handhold with the utmost concentration. This profound focus can also be witnessed in the seafaring skills of Melanesian sailors, who possess the uncanny ability to pinpoint their exact location in the ocean's expanse simply by tuning into the subtle dance of the currents beneath their vessel, even when deprived of sight. The power of such deep immersion, whether in the detailed work of a surgeon, the strategic maneuvers of a climber, or the intuitive navigation of a sailor, is such that it eclipses our sense of self, our mundane preoccupations, and warps our perception of time. The rock climber loses himself in the contours of the cliff face, just as the surgeon becomes one with their team, moving as a single entity towards a common goal. It is in these moments of pure, unbridled focus that we encounter the elements of enjoyment in their purest form, tailored to the individual quest for meaning and mastery. Part 4. Embracing challenge as a gateway to skillful living and intrinsic satisfaction. Picture a bright morning in Naples, where the playful dance of negotiation turns an ordinary transaction into a duel of wits. A U.S. tourist, eager to acquire a unique sculpture, is met with a price that teeters atop the scales of reason. Yet, when poised to pay, the tourist discovers that the sculpture's value lay not in currency, but in the joy of the haggle for the Italian shopkeeper, who reveled not in profit but in sharpening his mental agility and salesmanship. This delightful skirmish illustrates the essence of expanding one's abilities. By engaging in endeavors that are neither trivial nor overwhelmingly complex, we push against our own limits and climb to greater heights. Picture now the amateur tennis player, relishing the simple yet triumphant act of lobbing the ball across the net. However, contentment in this basic task soon wanes with competence, and the craving for a richer challenge beckons, perhaps a match against another. The choice of adversary is crucial. A far superior player could unleash a tidal wave of anxiety, potentially quelling the desire to grow, whereas an evenly matched rival fosters the perfect conditions for skill enhancement. Yet, the true cultivation of skills transcends external motivations like rewards or deterrence. It's a deeply personal quest, intertwined with our passions and desires. Eva Zeisel's story is a testament to this notion. Imprisoned by Stalin's regime, she conjured up a mental landscape where chess matches, poetry, and gymnastics became the tools with which she maintained her sanity, honing her skills against the stark backdrop of confinement. It's in the Zeisels of the world that we see the profound resilience of the human spirit, individuals devising their own mental sanctuaries, employing gamified challenges to nourish their psyche, imagination, and command over consciousness. Part 5. Cultivating a deeper awareness through the mindful embrace of everyday experiences. Imagine strolling down a bustling street, your feet tracing a familiar path, your mind adrift in a sea of daily concerns. Walking, a mere mechanical act for many, a conveyor from point A to point B, holds an untapped potential to elevate our senses. By consciously soaking in the myriad details of our environments, the interactive tapestry of human life, the echoes of history etched in stone, the grand designs of urban landscapes, we can transform even the most mundane activity into a sensory adventure. Mindfulness invites us to experience the world in high definition, to truly see, perhaps for the first time, the daily miracles that usually escape our hurried glances. The sky, a canvas of ever-shifting artistry, bursts with shapes and hues that beg to be appreciated. Allowing ourselves to be mesmerized by such natural spectacles can yield a profound sense of connectedness to the cosmos, a refreshment of the soul's palate. Music, too, blesses us with its own brand of magic. While the digital age has put a symphony at our fingertips, we often miss the chance to truly immerse ourselves in the cascade of sounds. A mindful indulgence in music opens a spectrum of experiences: the sensory, where beats and rhythms resonate with our physical being; the analogic, painting aural pictures in the mind's eye, such as a sleigh gliding through a Tchaikovsky-inspired winter wonderland; and the analytic, dissecting the architecture of the music, understanding its context and nuances. However, such mindfulness demands discipline, a deliberate steering of our attention, a skill that has been honed through time in the ancient traditions of the East. Yoga, more than a physical exercise, has, for centuries, been a vessel to transcend the ego and focus the spirit. It guides us through principles of nonviolence, obedience, purity, self-study, and reverence for that which is greater than ourselves. In the mastery of these practices lies the key to unlocking an unwavering control over our thoughts, an ability to channel our energies toward meaningful pursuits, all carried within the temple of our own bodies. Part 6. Harnessing the power of mental engagement to transcend self-preoccupation and discover flow. The adrenaline rush of an intense soccer match, or the meditative rhythm of a morning jog. It's no secret that physical activities often provide an impeccable canvas for the mind to focus and relish in the moment. Yet it is not solely through the exertions of the body that one can unearth the treasures of being in the zone. The realm of the intellect, too, is ripe with opportunities for harvesting enjoyment through flow. Consider the gentle intellectual gymnastics of crafting language and memory games. Yes, a crossword puzzle sourced from the daily paper offers a delightful distraction aboard a commuter train. But imagine the deeper satisfaction found in weaving your own web of words, designing puzzles that echo your wit and challenge your intellect. This act of creation not only nudges you into a state of flow, but also enlivens your verbal interactions, lifting you above the planes of idle chit-chat. Memory, too, beckons with its intricate labyrinths. Embrace a topic that sparks a fire in your belly and set about becoming its cartographer. Whether it's the delicate stanzas of cherished poetry or the dense chronicles of World War II, this endeavor transforms your mind into a museum of fascination, a personal wellspring of knowledge that invites constant exploration. In shifting focus from our personal imperfections to the wonders of the external world, flow is found not in introspection, but in outward curiosity, a strategy employed by the philosopher Bertrand Russell in his quest for happiness. By diving into vast oceans of knowledge or admiring the heroic traits of individuals we esteem, our inner critics are silenced in the wake of awe and admiration. The intellectual landscapes of science and philosophy offer their own unique paths to flow, equally alluring to novices and scholars. These domains implore us to ponder, analyze, and deduce, as evidenced by history's legendary thinkers. Isaac Newton, who conceived his law of gravity during a pastoral retreat; Gregor Mendel, whose passion for gardening unraveled the thread of genetics; and Albert Einstein, who interwove his revolutionary theories amidst the tapestry of his mundane clerical duties. Each found flow in the pursuit of intellectual expansion, embracing the beauty of thought beyond the confines of their flaws and daily lives. Part 7. The Game of Work, where meaningful challenges and intrinsic motivation replace the daily grind. It's a common tale that people find themselves locked in an endless cycle of dissatisfaction, with their jobs frequently cast as the villain of the story. Work devolves into a draining obligation, and leisure seems nothing more than a period of recuperation, as passive as possible, But there's an alternative reality where work morphs into an invigorating experience, one that challenges, captivates, and dispels the day-to-day stress. Imagine the inhabitants of a quaint Italian mountain village, their lives a seamless blend of labor and liberty. They rise before the sun to tend to their cows, maneuver heavy bales of hay, nurture their orchards, and cook for their kin. Yet, when faced with the hypothetical of wealth releasing them from toil, they wouldn't budge an inch from their routine, an existence so intertwined with satisfaction that it defies the common perception of work. This phenomenon isn't limited to rustic settings. Many people report reaching peak states of flow more readily during work than in their supposed downtime. They find a spring of creativity and sharpened focus in their professional endeavors, aligning closely with the notion that work can indeed cease to be work, but instead a rigorous, enjoyable game. The key to this transformation is intrinsic reward, the inner satisfaction of besting one's past achievements or delving deep into the fabric of one's work. Picture the railroad car welder, not just a craftsman, but a linchpin among his peers. His mastery wasn't born out of seeking promotions or monetary gain. It was the sheer variety of his skills, the joy in facing and overcoming new challenges each day that fueled him. At the twilight of his shift, his energy didn't wane, but found new channels in the cultivation of his garden. To emulate such fulfillment, one must not merely perform a job, but play it like a masterful game, seeking out novel challenges, striving to grasp the intricate dance of the company's rhythms, and leaving the notion of work as mere toil in the dust. Part 8. The indispensable role of deep connections in personal fulfillment and communal harmony. Amid the hustle of crowded commutes and the buzz of office landscapes, the essence of our individuality can seem under siege. Solitude does offer a sanctum for single-minded pursuits, yet it often teeters on the edge of lonesomeness. It's here that the embrace of our inner circle becomes crucial to our well-being. Strong relationships, whether they grace us through family ties, cherished friendships, or the wider community net, anchor our happiness, enable our self-expression, and catalyze our personal development. Families stand as the nurturing ground for authentic interaction, offering an ecosystem of unbiased feedback, unwavering acceptance, and a canvas for collective aspirations. These nurturing families celebrate the unique blend of talents within their tribe, fostering an environment that is at once appreciative of individuality and bound by solidarity. Parents engulfed in creative and skillful endeavors like carpentry or culinary exploits tend to sow seeds of emulation in their offspring, nurturing their pursuit of positive practices over the passive consumption of entertainment. The palette of friendship adds another dimension, fortifying the expressive muscles of our being. With friends, our identities unfurl in full color, buoyed by the dual benefits of companionship and an appreciative audience. The act of being with friends heightens levels of joy, bolstering self-worth, resiliency, and drive far beyond the solitary confines. Yet, it's not just within the immediate circle that fulfillment lies, but also in the broader strokes of community engagement. By shunning the hellos and helping hands of our neighbors, we risk foregoing future assistance and the chance to break from the mold of habitual existence. Reflect on the nomadic spirit of certain Canadian Indigenous tribes who, despite discovering regions teeming with sustenance, choose to relocate with each generation. Such migrations compel them to master new skills in foraging and resource gathering, all to jolt themselves out of complacency and revitalize their collective well-being. Thus, investing in and nurturing these bonds, familial, friendly, and communal, is instrumental in weaving a tapestry of experiences that stands resilient against the tides of time, ensuring continual passages to happiness and self-expansion. Part 9. Turning adversity into opportunity. The transformational power of focused attention. Life's journey is seasoned with adversity, an inevitability that can bring even the steadiest ship to uncharted waters. Rather than capitulating to despair in the face of hardship, we are endowed with the capacity for resilience, if only we harness the strength of our focused attention. The initial step in navigating life's storms is to relinquish the grip of ego and trust in our inherent ability to adapt and thrive amidst changing circumstances. Picture the frustration of a computer crashing mid-task or a train halting unexpectedly, throwing our day into disarray. Such incidents incite a cry of, "Why me?" a reflection of our ego's struggle when external realities clash with personal ambitions. The antidote lies in shifting perspective, to respect and understand the mechanical principles of computers and trains, rather than fixating solely on our own disrupted intentions. Building on this foundation, we turn to the practice of mindfulness, which offers an anchor in the tumultuous sea of uncertainty. Consider the bravery of Charles Lindbergh, navigating the skies solo across the Atlantic. Rather than succumbing to fear, he grounded himself in the tactile world of his cockpit. Attuned to each switch, dial, and seam, this mindfulness sliced through potential panic, forging a path of composure. Lastly, when faced with daunting obstacles, we should resist the temptation to retreat and instead channel these challenges into catalysts for creative solutions. Imagine working tirelessly for a promotion, only to watch it slip through your fingers due to workplace politics. While ingratiating oneself with superiors might seem like a pragmatic play, there exists an alternative route, one that might lead to a new job, a fresh vocation, or more time dedicated to personal passions. Though both avenues have their merits, it is often the road less traveled that promises the richer vista of engaging challenges and renewed growth. In the theater of life's trials, it is our attentive command, the courage to confront, to understand, and to innovate, that transforms adversity into an expansive landscape of possibilities. Part 10. Crafting a Tapestry of Purpose, the Power of Choosing and Pursuing Your Life's Goals. Within the cosmic vastness, our planet orbits far from the universe's core, and amidst the intricate dance of genetics, the notion of life's inherent purpose may grow dim. Yet within this perceived void lies our greatest gift, the freedom to weave our own tapestry of meaning, unique to each soul's choosing. To embark on this quest for significance, you must set your eyes on an overarching ambition, a beacon to guide you through life's complexities. The nature of this ambition is yours to define. Its worth measured not in external validation, but in the sheer depth of engagement it incites within you. Consider the luminaries of the Renaissance era, who cultivated a symphony of ideals drawn from the best of two worlds, the tangible richness of physical wellness and the boundless realms of abstract thought and spirituality. Their lives were a testament to the power of a unifying goal. However, to transcend mere daydreams and bring your purpose into being, you must forge intentions and resolutions of steel. For every dreamer perched on an armchair lies the danger of falling into the trap of procrastination. It is only through unwavering determination that one embarks on the journey from intention to action. Reflect upon Antonio Gramsci, whose hardscrabble beginnings fueled a fervent crusade against the societal ills that once besieged his family. In the face of adversity, conformism was never an option. His convictions materialized into potent activism, enduring imprisonment rather than forsaking his principles. In crafting a life of consequence, ensure that your goals and purpose sing in harmony, creating a resonant life theme. Witness Malcolm X, his early years marred by hardship and transgression, whose enlightenment in the quietude of a prison cell ignited the powerful resolve to champion civil rights. Contemplate the realm of human achievement. Absent such focused goals and resolute spirits, the victories over disease, artistic triumphs, and bold lunar steps would remain unfathomable dreams. It is through the clarity of purpose and the courage to act that we breathe life into the abstract and lay claim to our legacy. Final summary. Embrace the essence of a life beautifully lived. one not swayed by the allure of external accolades or swayed by the shifting sands of societal judgment. Flow invites you into a realm where every moment is ripe with potential. Every aspect of the world around you pulsates with fascination, and where your passions beckon you towards immersion. By directing your focus towards the experiences that resonate with your deepest self, you transcend the mundane and tap into a wellspring of joy. The key lies not in shunning challenges, but in seeking them out. For it is through these trials that we weave the fabric of our personal growth and emerge with stories of triumph. In a distilled message, flow illuminates the path to an optimal existence, one that charts a course through mindful presence, wholehearted engagement, and the relentless pursuit of what truly matters to you, all while navigating life's complexities with grace and determination. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.